What's happening, world? My name's Scott. This is the House of Sticks channel. Today, I want to talk about how to make a business plan. 12 easy steps that you can take to help write a business plan. So stick with me and hopefully we learn something today. All right, intro. So writing a business plan has less to do with you actually getting the words on the page and more to do with answering questions. A good business plan when you're starting off has nothing to do with anybody else. Don't feel like you've got to write something down for anybody else to view. It's not something you're going to submit to a bank. It is literally just for you. It's literally just for you to answer questions so you can figure out what it is that you want to do. We're going to answer the big questions, the hows, the whats, and the whys of what you want to be able to do. So number one, make sure that you put a date on your business plan. So really what it's going to do is give you the ability to look back at a later date and say, hey, this is how long it's taken me to change my mind, to do something different, because your plan will change. Number two, make sure you put an objective. Think about your objective as the what you're going to do. Big picture terms. Are you trying to start a floral shop? Are you going to create a production company? Whatever it is that you want to do, write it down. That's your objective. So the objective is all about you answering the what question. Number three is the mission of your organization. This is answering the why and the how. It's not necessarily strategy. It's about what's going to make you different. What it is that you stand for. What's the ultimate goal? Like how do you want to do this thing? It's answering the mission of the company. Keep this to one sentence. Easiest way to do it. It's short and sweet. Write it down. Make it something good that actually is meaningful to you. Number four, write down your executive summary. Now, executive summary, we start talking about business things. It sounds lame, right? Executive summary. But do this. Summarize your whole business. What does success look like? What is it that's going to say, hey, you know what? If I accomplish this, then this is what is going to be success, right? Let's say you're a wedding filmmaker and you want to create 30 films this year. That would be an executive summary. But add a little bit more to it. Say, I want to create 30 wedding films this year and I want to make them in this sort of style. It's basically summarizing the whole next 10 steps that we have into one paragraph. So for this part, really think about, what it is that you want to do, what success looks like, how you're going to do it, and kind of formulate your business. Number five, industry analysis. The industry analysis is basically just you saying, look, I'm going to look at what's out there, what opportunities I have in the marketplace, and how I can possibly take advantage of them. So your industry analysis is looking at it and saying, this is what I can offer in the industry that's going to help me create revenue. Number six, this is your competitive analysis. Take a look at all the competition out there. There's somebody else out there that's doing the thing that you want to do. If you are a production company, Google production companies. There's 50 of them online that you can find, right? Go through and figure out who else out there is making stuff like I want to make them. In order for you to understand the competitive market, you have to understand you and where you want to fit into the game. So do your homework and figure out who else is out there doing the things that you want to do. Number seven is your customer analysis. Take a look at who it is that you want to target in the marketplace. Just the same way you looked at your competition, now look at the same people that they're going after. Are you going to look at startups? Are you going to look at venture capitalist startup companies? Do your homework and figure out who it is that you want to market to. Who it is that's going to buy your product. Are you selling to corporations? Are you selling to individuals? Are you going to sell to a combination of both, right? You probably can't sell to everybody. It's going to really help if you can understand who it is that you want to sell things to. Because then later on when we talk about marketing, you can specifically target those people and, see where it goes from there. So take a look at your customers and figure out who it is that you want to go after. Number eight, revenue streams. Revenue is going to be important because you're running a business, right? We want to make more money than we spend. We've talked about those other things previously. Here's a link to how you can find your day rate. We're going to make another link over here if we can do that. That's going to talk about how you can estimate your project. So try to think about who is going to end up buying your product and how you're going to make it happen and how much money you would expect to make from each sort of group. You don't have to put money, dollars in there necessarily, but put percentages, right? Then you can understand how you're going to find them and how you're going to make money selling your product. Do yourself a favor and figure out where your revenue is going to come from. Number nine, the marketing plan. Now this one is so hard because if you are a creator of things, chances are you're making the stuff that marketers are using to market their own businesses. Marketing plan, how are people gonna know about you? Is it your reputation? Have you made something that's gone viral? Are you gonna spend a lot of time and money on SEO, like optimizing your website so people can find you on Google? Think about how people are gonna find you, because just because you write this business plan and you go and you make your LLC and you get your bank account set up and you say, hey, I'm open. How's anyone gonna know that you're open? You gotta tell the world your story. You gotta let everybody else out there know that you're in business. But how are you gonna do that? Think about it. Marketing plan. Number 10, your management team. Who is it that's gonna accomplish the work? Right now you may just be saying, no, it's gonna be me. I can do everything, right? I can do all my accounting, I can do all my taxes, I can do all the marketing, I can do all the operations, and I can do all the production. But guess what? The whole goal of this is for you to increase your sales and drive more revenue and all those, make more money sorts of things. So with that said, make sure that you kind of give some thought as to, hey, do I have an idea of who I'm going to use for an accountant, or who's going to do my taxes when I start getting too busy to want to mess with them myself? Is there going to be somebody else that I can partner up with to take on the marketing? Can I run operations by myself? Who's going to sell my products? Who's going to do my business development stuff? Also, a good side note there is to figure out, hey, are there any sort of mentors in the industry that I could call up? Tip! Find somebody in the industry that you want to be in and call them up. It's amazing how many people will just say yes. Call them up, send them an email and say, hey man, I want to learn from you. I don't know what I don't know. And hey, would you be interested in teaching me? And you'd be surprised how many people will be out there and be flattered by the fact that you actually just said, hey, I want to learn from you and I respect you and I honor you and these are the things that I want to learn. You'd be surprised how many people are going to take you up on that. Number 11, your operation plan. This is the one where you get to define what success looks like. Be realistic. Set some goals for yourself that you're going to be able to attain, because setting a goal and accomplishing that goal is super exciting. Part of your operation plan, list your essentials. What are the essential things that you need to do and want to do in a certain time frame? Give yourself 6 months, give yourself a year, give yourself 5 years. But hold all of those things loosely, because I guarantee they're going to change. And finally, number 12, list some milestones, right? You are going to want to say, hey, I want to go from this success to this success to this success, and I'm going to climb the ladder. So give yourself some milestones that don't have dates associated with them. To say, first, you know what I need? I need to buy a camera. And then after I have a camera, I need to find somebody who's willing to let me shoot their wedding for free. And then after that, I'm going to need to get another person who's willing to pay me for it. And then after that, I want to get 5 people that are going to pay me for it. And then after that, I want to hire an assistant. And after that, I want to hire an accountant. And then after that, I'm going to do this. And then after that, I'm going to give weddings up altogether, and I'm going to go make commercials. Now, a word of advice. It's so okay to be wrong. I look at my business plan that I wrote 7 years ago on the advice of a mentor that I had. There are some things in there that I'm like, I can't believe I even wrote that. But you know what? It's not about that. It's all about just sitting down and thinking about it and writing it, taking the time to make the thought process go through and think about your business. That's what it's all about. So it's okay to be wrong. And the second part of that is to say, I'm gonna take a look at this in 6 months, right? But I'm not gonna judge it too quickly. If you're okay with being wrong, give it some time. Don't give up on it too quickly. It is so okay to redo things again, because remember, this business plan is all about you. I want you to be successful. I want you to have all the tools that you need in a good way that can help you make some more money. With all of that said, if you like these videos, please click on the subscribe button below, press that like button. It's super, super duper encouraging for me to be able to hear you guys and talk about what it is that you want to hear. Give me some suggestions. If you have any questions, please ask. Right over here, we're going to put a link to last week's video, and down here there's a subscribe button. So make sure you click on that. Super encouraging. If you like this stuff, I'd love to do more of it, but we'd love to hear from you too. So with that said, this is the House of Sticks channel. I'm Scott. Feel free to get in touch with me, and we'll see you soon.